Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Screen Guys podcast. I'm Connor Benyon.
I'm Sean Stiver.
And I'm Austin Darty.
And we are three guys who love almost anything on a screen, whether it's going to be movies, TV shows, video games. It's going to be here, and we're grateful to have you. Thank you for supporting us. You know, we hope that we can get this on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. At the end of the day, we are here to cover what you're looking forward to hear, and so we'd love to get any comments or anything.
Hello there.
Dive into it. Again, my name's Connor Benyon, and I'll go first. My family owns the Walker Cinemas 8 in Perry, so a nice plug there. Huge support. That's where we actually are right now, so we're grateful to have you. I've loved movies all my life, and again, it goes from really anywhere. There's no range that I won't take. I love all sorts of movies. Star Wars is my number one, but there's just, obviously from the shirt, but there's just nothing I don't love. And, you know, we're going to talk about this later, but I think the biggest thing I want to put out there is movies are something that transcends other barriers that the world sets up, and I'm grateful for how they've been in my life, but also how it unifies us, and I'm beyond excited for this opportunity to be with you guys.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better, Connor. Like I said, my name's Sean Stiver. I love movies. I've always loved movies, especially I think my love for film really started in 2022 when the Batman came out, the Batman 2022, directed by can't even remember his name. Do you guys remember his name?
Is it Matt Reeves?
Yeah, Matt Reeves. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. But something about that movie just really made me really get into film. I started looking at the cinematography, the different aspects of the way the movie was made, the casting, just all of it. And ever since then, I've just loved watching movies. I think my top three favorite movies are La La Land, Dune Part 2, and The Dark Knight. All great movies, really good movies. But yeah, I love every genre. I've especially been watching a lot of horror movies lately, so would love to talk more horror with you gentlemen. But yeah, That's just me. Yep.
All right, thanks. So so my name is Austin Darty. Ever since I was a kid, we've always watched movies in my family. Ever since I was I can't even remember the first movie I ever watched, because that's how long I remember watching movies. My family were big into Disney. You can call me a Disney purist, because I just watched Disney. Disney has me around their thumb, you know. One thing that you guys kind of failed to mention is that we all worked here at the Walker Cinemas, which is how I met Sean.
Yep.
That's how he met me. I've known Connor ever since the sixth grade, for years. And I'm just glad that we have the three of us here talking about something that we all love to talk about. I'm going to talk to you about Star Wars, because this is my Star Wars guy right here. Connor's my Star Wars guy. Sean is my DC guy. I love talking DC with him. He's amazing when it comes to DC. He knows his stuff. Trust me. My favorite movies, I would have to say, this has been such a hard decision for me.
Oh, yeah. The list that you had to whittle down.
Oh, it's crazy. I had a top 5, but I'll narrow it down to a top 3.
Yeah.
Not in any specific order, but The Dark Knight, 100%. I remember when my dad brought that movie home, he's like, look what I bought from Walmart. The Dark Knight. I have never watched it before. I remember that night that we watched it. It was amazing. Holy crap. I would have to say recently, Avatar, The Way of Water has taken my breath away every single time that I watched it. That's got to be number 2 or number 3. And then, of course, probably the most underrated movie of all time, especially when it comes to animation, is The Emperor's New Groove. I love that movie so much. I can quote that all day long. I love it so much. But yeah, that's just a little bit about me. I am glad to be here, and I'm very, very grateful to be here with you guys.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, glad to be here with you guys too.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to go back. You hit the nail on the head. I wanted to focus on your movies for a second, just because I thought it's hilarious. La La Land, Dune Part 2, Dark Knight, and what I think is so great about your movies, and yours are great too, by the way. And I failed to make mention of mine. I'll get to that in just a second. But I think what's so exhilarating and great about movies is those three have so very few things that they share in common, that they have together. But that's what makes movies great, is you can love all sorts of genres, you can love all sorts of things. I failed to mention my number one movie of all time. Austin knows, but I think they both know, Star Wars 3, Revenge of the Sith. I've always loved that movie. One of my all-time favorites as well. When you mentioned Batman, it sparked my memory. I think Robert Pattinson's portrayal of the Batman is just breathtaking.
Oh, yeah,
and then one that we'll probably all become familiar with and talk a lot about. I got to put Oppenheimer in there.
Oh my gosh!
And again, the aspects of it, the casting, and you hit the nail right on that. The cinematography, and I know a lot of people went in and watched 3 hours and said, "I don't know why you love that movie so much," and no judgment on them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
Not everything's going to be for everyone, but it's so great that we can all list off these movies and sit here, and they don't have too many connections, but here we are joining together and talking about movies at the whole. And we hope that as you're viewing, that's what you feel, that you can bring your opinions to the show. We'd love to hear them, and we just want to talk about movies. And let's get into it, because enough about us. Let's get to the people who make the money.
Yes.
who we're the ones talking about.
Yes, I agree. First off, we just want to talk about Val Kilmer.
Yeah, rest in peace, and as respectful as possible. Nothing but greatness for. We all want to talk about his portrayal of Batman, one of the greatest ever. I'd humbly put out there. But obviously, you can't watch one of the greatest movies, Top Gun, without mentioning Iceman.
That's so true. And honestly, talk about Top Gun. Like, when he was in Maverick.
Oh my god.
Like, when he makes his first appearance in Maverick, you can sense in the entire theater that everyone's like, he made it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He made it
yes.
on set, and he has come this far with his illness.
Mm-hmm.
And he has loved Top Gun. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. He loved Top Gun so much that he's willing to come back and be on set with Tom Cruise once again. And we all knew what was going to happen in the years after that he was going to pass away. But I was so grateful to see that man on the screen one last time.
Yeah, it's just like a miracle, like you said, just him being there and him actually like contributing so much to Maverick's character arc in that movie. And especially the funeral scene just hits that much harder now that he's passed away. But I especially just love one movie I watched that he was in growing up was Willow, and that movie it's a little weird one, developed by Lucasfilms, I think. But he played, can't even remember the character he played, but he was just super funny in that movie. And just anytime I think of Val Kilmer, it's, Batman, Top Gun, and Willow. There's a couple other of his movies that I still need to watch, but yeah, he's just an incredible actor.
Well, and I think it's kind of what we already talked about, of where it's so funny. Val Kilmer, I never met the man. I was never anywhere close to the man. He wouldn't know me from a hole in the ground. But it's our ability to take these people that we idolize, recognize them as the human they were, and just recognizing that, he was Iceman, he was Batman, but he was Val Kilmer first. And it is so crazy what movies can do and I love your point of saying, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional, of where that's the dedication. That is what movies are to us. Yeah. Movies are a way, and again, that's my thing consistently, and I apologize, the listeners are probably going to get tired of me saying this, the transcending of borders. To me, there's nothing separating Val Kilmer and I other than I appreciated his work, and he got up every day and did his work for an enthusiast like me. And so, like you said, it's hard to see these humans leave this earth, and it just hits you that they're real people that you just want to say thank you for being a part of my life, even though they had no idea. But it's a thing of, and actors and actresses talk about this all the time. They talk about how they do it for the fans, and it's just so amazing to always be able to look back and take a step back every now and then when a great passes away. So just a moment for Val Kilmer the Great. But on a somber note, we want to pick it up a little bit. I don't have too much info on this. I'll hand this over to our statistician, mainly another guy, Sean Stiver. We want to talk about the Minecraft box office. Came out this week. I've seen it. Did you get to see it?
I haven't had a chance
I don't think it's. I don't think these two gentlemen. But I mean, I have nothing but great things to say about it. But we wanted to hit the box office specifics.
Yeah, it's truly incredible that a movie like Minecraft would be able to do so well at the box office. But so the box office of a Minecraft movie strikes gold with record-shattering 157 million U.S. launch with 301 million globally. That's insane. That's $333 million in just one weekend.
I can't remember the last movie. Maybe Super Mario Bros. Had those numbers?
It actually, according to Warner Brothers, destroyed Super Mario Brothers.
Wow.
It grossed higher than Super Mario Brothers.
So this has an opportunity to be Inside Out 2 at $1.6 billion worldwide.
Yeah, and I feel like Warner Brothers just has like a new franchise on their hands. Like, easily. Like this movie's gonna make so much money. It's insane.
Oh my gosh. Have you guys seen what's been happening on TikTok?
Oh my gosh, dude, the theaters.
Dude, the theater etiquette of these teenagers is insane.
Let me pull up an example. I have a ton saved on Instagram right now, but it's just absolutely insane what kids are doing. Like, I think it's funny, but at the same time, as someone who's worked in a theater before, it's just, I don't know how I feel about it.
Stitch incoming is just what you're telling me.
Basically.
I got it. Stitch incoming.
Okay, this is just...
Chicken jockey!
Kids are having fun and stuff, and it's funny. I'm not gonna lie, but like I've seen the what's the after effects and stuff in it, and it's just popcorn all over the floors, and it's just disgusting. Like, I feel bad for these movie theater workers. Like,
hey, well,
there's this other thing I want to bring up that I saw on TikTok. I don't think I had it saved or anything, but there were teenagers that were like on each other's shoulders.
I saw that one.
And then they're throwing literal buckets of popcorn at the screen.
Yep.
Like, they're throwing it, and guess what? The employees got so sick and tired of it that they had to call the police to escort those teenagers out of there. And they said there was about 20 to 30 teenagers that they booted out there, no refund.
Wow. That's just crazy.
And then there are other theaters that in the middle of the movie had to stop it.
I saw that. It was paused. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a movie paused before.
Talk about transcending barriers. No, that's not what
that's
we're
crazy.
looking for. No, that is wild. Well, and you guys would be so sick and tired of me saying transcending barriers. It doesn't make any sense for a Minecraft movie. But that's the barrier. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. So that is wild. And you know that you want to love movies.
Yes.
But there's that etiquette. That is wildly entertaining.
You can enjoy your movie because we all remember when Spider-Man No Way Home came out.
Oh, yeah.
And then they spoilers, Ed. And they should. If you have not seen it, where have you been? Why are you here?
You should be tuning exactly. You should not be tuning in. But if you haven't seen it, go watch it and then come back and watch it.
Like, when you see Andrew Garfield jump through the portal,
oh my gosh,
takes off his mask, like, that was insane. And then, of course, when Captain America lifts that Mjolnir for the first time,
100%.
everyone exploded, and that's okay because that was what everything was building up to, right?
But it's crazy that the Minecraft movie is getting even more attention
Yes,
in terms of like
exactly.
rowdiness.
It's their
like,
first movie.
People clapping, cheering, like yelling, screaming. It's like a concert, but in a movie theater, which isn't great movie theater etiquette. But I feel like the reason is this movie was heavily memed from the start.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the director Jared Hess knew that was going to happen, so he tried to make it as memeable as possible. And I feel like that is what's been doing so well for it, and that's why it's been making so much money.
Oh yeah. Well, and I think the age demographic it's geared at, you know, is at the point where it's at the point where they're kind of getting, speaking from experience, they're getting dropped off by their parents because they can watch themselves, but they're not old enough to drive themselves, or and so it is all you can imagine. But the thing I wanted to add with the Minecraft was this is a little insider, I guess, not that this is a secret or anything, but so our biggest theater here seats 200 seats. Friday night I'm working, and the 7:25 show, 200 seats, sold out 1:30.
Wow.
1:30,
6 hours in advance.
1:30.
1:30. So I contact management. These guys know who management is, but I'm just saying management. And I jokingly float, hey, like, is it too late to cancel a movie and open up another showing? Jokingly floating the idea. 20 minutes later, yep, run that. Like, let's get that. Make sure you transfer it over. 100 seats sold out almost instantly.
Oh my God.
So two shows. Well, we had 200 seats ready and available. Needed 100 extra. That sold out. We turned people away.
Wow.
That is what that in Perry, Utah.
Yeah,
that is what that movie is doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
It is unreal.
Like, I'm going on Wednesday to this theater, and I literally bought my tickets this afternoon because I'm like, it's gonna sell out. Like,
It will.
especially because Wednesdays are discount days, so like,
Yep.
I think it's gonna
Yep.
sell out.
Shout out, by the way.
$6 Wednesday.
$6 Wednesday.
It's a great deal. That's every seat.
Well, and I think maybe to put a bow on this Minecraft, the box office is. I have actually no idea. I literally just lost my train of thought, so we'll just keep that for the blooper reel. Maybe if it comes back, I have absolutely... No, I remember now. Sorry. The Minecraft. It's not getting people in the seats because the cinematography of Avatar, The Way of Water, the casting, the storyline, the special effects, it's putting people in seats because it's what you want to see on the screen.
Yeah.
So it's just... It's crazy. It is crazy, but a welcome change after, I think we can all agree, and maybe this is something we'll talk about in a future episode, the effects that COVID had on the movie industry is something that we will talk about for a long time. Not today. Let's keep going. Hit us, Mr. Stiver.
Now we just want to talk about the recent movie news that's come out this past couple weeks. It's been a crazy week, especially with CinemaCon happening, but... Ozzy, if you want to take a lead on that.
For sure. So let's go with the most recent news that we should probably talk about. Avengers Doomsday Cast.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So I believe, did we all see the stream, a little part of this?
Yeah, I saw part of it. Yep.
Maybe the photos on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a lot. It was like, 26 cast members?
I think so. It was like a 5-hour live stream.
5-hour live stream. 275 million people have watched that.
Wow.
Then that's like individual accounts.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's crazy. Now, they announced on CinemaCon that they're not done.
Okay.
So,
Right.
Kevin Feige, he was on set of Doomsday in the middle of CinemaCon, so that's why he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And he announced to them that, we're not done yet. And the little thing that we need to talk about with Kevin Feige on set is that he's never been on set this amount of time for Avengers movie.
Okay.
And that's because the Russo brothers, they have directed recently that Netflix movie. What's that called?
The Electric State.
Yeah. And he's having that leash pretty tight.
Yeah, I
Those
don't
Russo
blame him.
brothers.
Like-
After that performance...
And it was Electric State, Gray Man, and Cherry. The last three Russo brother movies apparently have not done well. I haven't seen any of them.
gotcha.
But
But yeah, so with the cast, not being finished. I'm pretty sure they're just going to announce like Spider-Man,
Oh, yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I did hear though that Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be taking place during the events of Doomsday.
Yes.
So I don't know how like
He might make a end of credit cameo.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Or maybe he'll actually be in it. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? All I hope is that Benedict Cumberbatch is Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
I love that character.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
great
Talk
character.
about a lot like, oh my word, what's his name? Who played Snape?
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman is Snape, like Benedict Cumberbatch is Doctor
Oh
Strange.
yeah, 100%.
And to your point about the tight leash, and this is something I'm willing to back down a little bit on, obviously, to have the discussion. I think this movie is so important to Marvel for the purpose of upcoming, and I don't want to step on your toes, upcoming Thunderbolts. Stoked for that movie.
Oh, so excited.
Fantastic Four, stoked for that movie. Kind of standalones that can kind of be their thing and maybe not have such a huge impact on the MCU moving forward. Doomsday is not that movie.
No.
Doomsday is this works or we're going down.
Yeah.
You know, and so the importance of it can't be stressed enough.
Yep. And if you guys think about this, if every person that watched that live stream, that 275 million people, if they all went to the movie just once, guys, that's like over like $2 billion.
Yeah.
That, because the average price of a ticket's like $15.
Yeah.
So like that might be over $2 billion.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So like if people out there saying that like Marvel is dying or currently is dead, I don't think so because of that.
It's still making money.
That live stream they're making.
It's still making money.
And they get money from YouTube probably.
Exactly.
Doing
And-
a live stream.
And even with last year's release of Deadpool and Wolverine, everyone's like, "Oh, Marvel's dead," and like Deadpool and Wolverine is the highest-grossing R-rated movie of all time.
Yeah.
It made over $1 billion at the box office, which is insane for an R-rated movie, fastest-grossing and highest-grossing. So while not all Marvel projects have been good recently, there have been a few good ones, like especially Deadpool and Wolverine. That's been my favorite post-Endgame, probably, besides No Way Home.
Yeah. But yeah, like so Marvel's still chugging away. So we'll see what happens next year. That will be May 1st, 2026.
Exciting.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
Another news that I think you guys would love to hear. We got some John Wick movies.
Oh my gosh.
So now I'm going to go from probably least exciting to the most exciting.
Yeah, man.
We're getting a animated prequel.
Oh.
Animated.
Is it animated or anime?
Is it both animated?
Well, yeah.
but yes, I don't know if it's anime or animated, but yes, like we're getting a prequel
Oh, okay.
of John Wick. We're
Anything John Wick is good.
No, seriously, right? I mean, we're all excited for the battle. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh. We're also getting a Kane movie. So the guy, the blind guy,
gotcha.
and a John Wick 4, he's getting his own movie because there's an extra credit scene at the end.
Okay.
I can't remember it because I only said movie like right away. So.
Wait, John Wick 4 had an end credit scene?
Yeah.
Oh, we got some homework to do. Alrighty.
It was probably. I want to say end. It was either end or mid credit.
Okay.
But yeah, it was probably end credit. And then, of course, we are getting John Wick 5.
Oh.
It has been confirmed that Keanu Reeves is coming back for John Wick 5.
I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm a little worried.
I don't know what
Spoilers
they're gonna-
alert for John Wick 4. If you haven't seen it yet, just mute the video. With John Wick dying at the end of John Wick 4, I don't know how they're going to go. What route they're going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, he has faked his death before,
True.
but this one felt like he's dead.
Yeah.
No, I
it felt real.
agree. I agree.
I mean, I hate to sound like a baby, but like I had tears in my eyes at the end of that.
Oh
movie.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
sad.
Oh, no, it
John
was.
Wick, one of the coolest like movie characters of the 21st century, and it's like, oh, he's just dead.
Yeah, no, I
He's just
agree.
dead.
Well, and you hit the nail on the head about he's faked his death. I had floated that with I was talking to someone. I had floated that maybe he wanted that tombstone, but I sat there and I thought, let's be real. Someone's gonna get in his way. Someone's gonna get in trouble, and then people are gonna be like, "Man, this guy looks just like John Wick, Bobby Yakalai." You know, like he's got this high pristine that it's not. People are like, "Man, I wonder if that's him." Like it's gonna be you tie it to him. So no, I agree that is gonna be interesting, but. Talk about, and this is a hot take, so you gentlemen tell me if you agree or disagree. And I'm kind of on the fence on this. The great thing about John Wick is I love Keanu Reeves, but I never have thought he's the greatest actor.
No.
He's always playing probably the same character.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting how good John Wick is with him being the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just think that's so interesting. But
That gets me thinking. I'm sorry, kind of going off the strip rails.
rails.
Yeah. So when I saw Sonic 3,
Oh my god, so good.
by the way, that's my favorite Sonic movie of all time.
Incredible.
Oh, so good. But when Shadow pulls up that bike and a gun, I'm like, that's John Wick.
that's John Wick the Hedgehog.
John Wick.
Oh, yeah.
That was like he used that gun for like 10 seconds, but like that's John Wick.
Yes,
That's
100%.
And that voice of Keanu is just amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the John Wick news. That honestly, I did not think we would get 3.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think we were gonna get any, to be honest with you. But that's great. And then with Ballerina, I wasn't actually interested because I didn't know the timeline of Ballerina. It is between 3 and 4.
Oh, really?
Gotcha. Okay.
And I've heard Keanu Reeves is going to be in it as well.
Yes, he's gonna make an appearance. So we'll see how much he's gonna be in it. Yeah.
And Ana de Armas is an incredible actress, so she's going to do great in her role regardless.
And that is coming June 5th,
This
I
year?
believe. This year.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
Ballerina's in
okay.
2 months.
Jeez.
From yesterday. Wow.
June is going to be a busy month with movies.
Oh, man.
You got a lot coming.
That's a whole episode.
That's a whole different episode. Just June.
June.
So going back to Marvel, we got great news, and it's about time we got this news. Beyond the Spider-Verse did get a release date.
Oh, man.
Hallelujah. Unfortunately, June 4th, 2027.
Hey, take all the time they need. It's a shorter wait.
It is a shorter wait.
Yes,
That is true. That is true.
is true.
But man, do you remember? I don't know if you got. I think you would probably remember. But my wife and I went to the Beyond Across the Spider-Verse on the first weekend.
Okay.
We were sitting there, and at the end of the credits, it said Beyond the Spider-Verse, March 2025.
Wow, I
Isn't it
forgot about
2024.
Yeah.
2024.
Wow,
That's what
I forgot about
Wow.
that.
It felt like it was a lot sooner, but that's crazy. But yeah. And they're like, well, 2027. And that's because they're going to put animation at its limit.
Oh.
They're going to go past that limit.
I can't wait.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh my God.
Like Spider-Man versus Spot. I can't wait.
Oh, can't wait. Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse are all-time my favorite Spider-Man movies. They are just incredible. They are actually in my top 10 movies of all time. They're just that good. And I think, in my opinion, Into the Spider-Verse is just a little bit better. I just like the comedy in that movie a little bit more, but Across the Spider-Verse is still incredible. Like one of the best superhero movies of all time.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I remember watching it for the first time, and obviously I've got the insider scoop, so I knew like the timing of when it was going to get out. So I'm like sitting there watching, and I'm like, man, like the system says this movie gets out at 6:50, and it's 6:38, and that awesome end music starting to go.
Gosh.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, how are they going to end this movie? Like, how is he going to fight this guy and end this movie in the next 7-8 minutes to give time for the credits? And then all of a sudden, the three, can we all agree, the 3 dreaded words of cinema? To be continued.
Amen.
Like,
Amen.
but again, and you hit the nail right on the head. The preparation and what's going to go into this movie, it is worth the wait.
Oh, 100%.
If we can wait for Avatar, The Way of Water.
Okay. Yeah. Man, I remember waiting for that movie. Holy crap.
Did you guys see the stills that were released for Beyond the Spider-Verse?
They showed a
Prowler.
Yeah, I did see that.
It's incredible. Quick question. Can we all agree that Miguel is the best character in that entire series? And I don't care who shows up. I don't care.
I just want more Miguel.
I just want more Miguel.
Oscar Isaac, I don't think that's like his best performance.
No, 100%.
Holy
Like,
crap.
he is incredible in that movie.
And I thought he was great in Moon Knight.
Oh my god. Love Moon Knight.
Oh man, good times, guys.
Good times indeed.
So let's just kind of move along. I don't have like a lot left, but I just want to hit some points that you both like.
Yeah.
So coming in November,
Okay.
we have November 7th to be exact. We have Predator Badlands.
Okay.
Yes!
And we got a first look at what Predator's gonna look like.
Wait, we did?
We did.
Oh my god.
I wasn't going to show you guys till today, so I'm glad that you guys didn't see anything. 'Cause I'm actually excited to show you guys this. This is
I
great.
am beyond excited. And I heard we're getting 2 Predator movies.
Yes.
One's like an animated one.
I'm not gonna lie, I've got some homework to do. I've actually never seen them. I've only
seen the first
but I've
Predator
never seen
movie,
them.
Prey.
Yeah, okay, you need to watch Prey.
Okay,
Start with Prey.
Okay, gotcha.
That's
I got some
that's
homework to
Hulu.
do.
Yeah, Hulu. So Disney Plus.
Okay.
Okay, let me just show you guys this. It's not a great photo, but it was from CinemaCon, and I just want to show you guys. That's Predator.
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
That is the coolest Predator
So
I've seen.
there's one thing I wanted to discuss with you guys. We've only seen Predator be like a good guy how many times?
I think it was just an Alien
Just
versus
AVP,
Predator.
right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first one, yeah.
Which I haven't seen, but
So
I know a little bit.
So Elle Fanning is going to be starring in this movie.
Who's that?
She was Sleeping Beauty and Maleficent.
Okay.
So very blonde.
Okay.
So apparently the story is that they're going to team up.
Oh.
And I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
So, but
What are they teaming up to fight?
I don't know. We
Could
don't
it be
know.
a xenomorph?
Might be Xenomorph.
Oh, man.
Okay, I don't know.
Here's the
or
thing.
be like a whole pack of predators. Who
They
knows?
could, yeah. That I would think it would be cool is if the director for Prey and Badlands, can't remember his name, if he teamed up with Fede Alvarez to direct an Alien versus Predator movie. Because Alien Romulus, it was kind of controversial, but probably one of my favorite aliens.
Still excellent.
It is
Still
the
tremendous.
special effects, just like the disturbingness of the last 10 minutes, just blew me away. It was
crazy.
insane.
It was very disturbing, actually.
He and I are sitting there, like feet up, and just. And now I gotta tell you, this is probably TMI, but I'm sitting there, and I've kind of got a bad stomach. And I'm sitting there, I'm going, like I am gagging on that back
It's a
row.
rough scene.
Oh yeah,
But like,
yeah.
how amazing was that? I'm sorry we're talking about Romulus, but how amazing was that scene where they have to like sneak past like the face crawlers?
Oh, in the room?
In the room, they can't
Oh
make
my
a
gosh,
sound.
dude. Oh.
The captivating. It's silent, and that's one of those you're just.
And they couldn't. They can't get their temperature high because they can't be.
Yeah.
Like,
Seen that movie 3 times and it still stresses me out so much.
that was,
Every time I
in my
watch it.
opinion, that was like the best scene in the whole movie.
Oh yeah, yeah,
love
it's
it.
crazy.
That's when you know that you've got something special.
Oh, yeah.
That you've done it right. Oh, man.
So yeah, that's Predator. So that was for Sean because I know you love.
Yes, I love
Alien
He's got the
Predator.
expertise.
So for you, my friend, we have a. Ooh, you already know about this. But that's fine. Now You See Me has got a title.
Oh, yes. Now you see me, now you don't.
That's the title of the
Yes, that is one of those both of them, that it's just so. It's one of those I think you can pop in. Oh my word! I almost said pop in the DVD player. Although now I have it on DVD, but
Physical media is where it's at.
yes,
I have Blu-ray still.
but for to keep everyone inclusive. Streaming or disc,
But we prefer physical media.
it's
a better format.
Support.
You pop it in there, and I could watch that over and over and over. I will admit, it's the best the very first time because you don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
But yes, that I am pumped for that movie just because it's just so good, and the cast and the way they work together. Oh yeah, I do. I am looking forward to that.
Those are two
movie.
movies I definitely need to watch again.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. I have some homework to do.
Yes,
I haven't seen them.
Oh, man, yeah,
man.
that
Okay, we
is
need to
over.
pop it in this.
Yeah,
guy.
put it on right now.
Because
Yeah.
I remember the first time you watched that first scene of the first movie, you're just like, okay, we're gonna have 2 hours. of this.
You're gonna
Yes,
be on.
please.
You're gonna be
Okay,
in for a
I
ride.
guess I need to watch it.
Okay, and then my last. This is what I'm really excited for. Actually, I have 2 I'm very excited for. Oh my gosh, all these I'm excited for. So we got a first look of Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It was
Because what is that being released? That's not.
That's this year.
December
It is
19th
Okay,
this year.
yeah.
Yes. So I wasn't at CinemaCon, but they did show that there were going to be battle scenes, of course. But you remember in Way of Water, the tribe was actually pretty welcoming. You know.
Oh yeah.
The water tribe. I can't remember what their names are. That shows how big a fan I am. But I love that movie. But like the Fire Navi are actually going to be like very brutal, very violent, not welcoming at all. So it's going to be pretty opposite of what we've seen in Way of Water, is what I'm thinking. But who knows? But I'm very excited for that movie.
Yeah. Well, and especially in the sense of, and I know this is I almost just said transcending barriers, but in a different way, relating to one of the greatest on-screen series of all time, TV show, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Haven't seen it.
What?
My bad.
What? We gotta put this on time pause while we have this discussion. Okay.
I've heard good things about it.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna get back to that later. But what I want to
Don't watch the movie.
Don't
watch the movie.
What I want to connect to regarding is the Fire Nation.
Yes.
They're brutal and they're hammer fist. You gotta imagine that just kind of fires.
It's in the nature.
It's in the nature, so that makes perfect sense. Pump for that movie as well. Man,
I'm excited. And then I got to take on that, but we'll discuss that another time. And I would like to. There's a lot of other Disney news.
Yep.
D23 this year is going to be on the road. They're going to be traveling from major city to major city because it's the 30th anniversary of a Goofy movie.
Okay.
And they're going to have events actually here in Salt Lake City. And they're going to show the movie, and then they're going to have like free merchandise you can have. Blah blah blah. It's like $45. But they're actually coming to Salt Lake City, which does not happen very often.
Yeah.
And the last bit I want to talk about is April 2028.
Okay.
We are getting 4 Beatles movies.
I heard about
You hear
that.
that about that?
Okay, like
So
Beatles,
So
like
their biography,
like the musician.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So they are doing. So they have 4 members of the band, right? Each week they're going to release a movie about different characters,
Okay.
4 of them. So I don't know how that's going to work, but they're going to be competing against each other.
Yeah.
Those movies are, but apparently they're going to put a lot of money to that. So.
Do you have a list of the full cast? Because I know Paul Mescal's in it, but I can't remember who else.
Barry Keoghan.
Yeah.
Joseph Quinn.
That's what I thought. Joseph Quinn. And then who was the final one?
I don't have a list.
Oh, we'll figure it out. You guys can
You
search
look
it
it
up
up.
on your own.
This is our first episode, by the way.
Yeah.
Not that you would know.
And yeah, that's pretty much all the news. There's a lot more news, but I think those are the big headlines for this group right here.
Yeah.
So,
Love it.
Okay, so now we can just talk about some movies that we've seen this past week. I guess I can start. I watch a lot of movies weekly. Right now for this year, I am at, let's see how many movies I've watched this year.
get Letterboxd if you don't have it.
Follow me on Letterboxd. I'll put my account in the description.
I got the homework too, so don't worry.
This year-
We all have homework.
Yeah. This year I've seen 62 movies so far. But this past week I watched Blade Runner 2049. Masterpiece of a film.
Yes, I've heard great
Everything
things.
about that movie is just beautiful. Ryan
Definitely my
Gosling
watch list.
kills it. And I watched a movie that came out in 2019 called Ready or Not with Samara Weaving. Wasn't really my cup of tea, but it was interesting. It's about, I'll just read the description. Young bride's wedding night turns into her worst nightmare when her ridiculously rich in-laws force her to play a gruesome game of hide and seek. So it's an interesting idea, but
It's like
I said, not really my cup of tea.
in a house.
Yeah, a lot of people describe it as like what was it, Knives Out mixed with The Menu, I think it was, but
Oh, okay.
The menu was very
the menu's interesting.
Something.
Yeah.
It was very something.
very Voldemort.
It was very something.
And then I watched a anime for my film class called Paprika, directed by Satoshi Kon. It's a story about this technology that they use to enter people's dreams. It's what Christopher Nolan, it inspired Christopher Nolan to make Inception.
Okay.
It was super interesting. Anime's never really been my cup of tea, but like I was very intrigued by it, and it was beautiful animation. And then I watched Cruella and Lilo and Stitch. So
Man.
yeah, some pretty good movies.
I would say exactly that. And again, that repertoire that you're building.
Yeah, I just watch anything. Like it's crazy.
I like it. Well, I'm gonna hit with a couple things. I've got my list of movies that I watch in the theater, and I go month by month. I wanted to hit a couple kind of lesser known. One I wanted to really give credit for was called Black Bag.
Oh,
And Michael Fassbender and Kate.
Directed by Steven Soderbergh, right?
Yeah. Michael Fassbender and Oh my word! I just lost her name.
Blanchett?
Kate Blanchett, thank you. Yes. So Kate Blanchett, their husband and wife, they work for the same spy organization who has a breach. A file was stolen, and so the agency reaches out to Michael Fassbender, and they're like, "We've got 5 suspects. Your wife is one of them. You gotta," and she doesn't know that she's a suspect, obviously. So they're like, "You gotta figure it out." So he puts together this dinner party, and then he just starts doing some investigation on all 5 of them without them knowing. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful movie. Rated R only purely because of the F-bomb, the gore. There's almost no gore. There's no sexual nudity, nothing like that. F-bomb is why it was R. So, loved Black Bag. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I don't know if you saw this. I feel like you did. Novocaine.
I didn't. No.
With
I really want to see
Jack
that one.
Quaid. Can't feel pain. His this girl he likes that he works with gets kidnapped because there's a bank. They work at a bank together. They are getting robbed, and she gets taken as a hostage. He can't feel pain, so he goes after him, and they're trying to put him down by like stabbing him, and he's like, "Oh, that's not a problem." Like it is excellent, 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 and showing my depth, showing my range. Make fun of me if you want. I know he won't because he loved this movie as well. I wanted to talk about Paddington in Peru. I absolutely love that movie.
I've heard good things.
And kind of like Minecraft, just because I just enjoyed it. Like, I just love to sit down, listen to this British-speaking bear. The guy who voices him, I can't remember his name, but he's he plays Q in the 007 movies.
Oh, okay.
But I just love that movie because you saw it. Right?
I saw it 3 times.
Yeah, I love Paddington Peru, but I wanted to give shout out to those. One I did watch today that I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's called Minority Report.
Oh my gosh.
With Tom Cruise. Never seen that till today.
So good.
Absolute masterpiece of a
100%,
movie.
yeah.
Just the thing is, there are too many movies that we could talk about.
Oh, 100%.
So
yeah.
Just
That's why we're here.
that's why I gotta cut it off. But those are just some of my recent favorites that I've seen that I've loved.
Perfect.
Awesome. Love it.
All right, so I got some bangers coming up.
Yeah.
I have been actually just one banger actually. I was actually looking at my top 4 list. I'm like, those are bangers. That's not what I recently watched. So last night, I had family over and we were deciding what to watch. Shrek 2.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Hot take: the best Shrek, and I don't think it's
I don't even
close.
think that's
not
take.
close.
Okay, good. I think that's like a freezing cold out in Antarctica
A hot take would be Shrek the Third is the best. That would be the hot take.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or that the Shrek 5 animation is better. That'd be a hot take. We'll talk about that later. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You
You're
hit it.
good. But how iconic is that?
Oh, 100%.
Oh my
man.
gosh. So we had, my brother-in-law had a question. And he's like, so what do you think is more iconic? When the fairy godmother was singing I Need a
Hero, right?
By Bonnie Tyler.
Bonnie Tyler, yeah.
And or is it gonna be Smosh Mouth when they sing I'm a Believer?
Oh.
Like what is more iconic? And I'm a believer guy.
Yeah.
I think anything Smosh Mouth, not Smosh Mouth. Anything Smash Mouth, I'm just like, you think of that and you're like, Shrek.
Yeah.
That's a great question though, right?
That is because Fairy Godmother is in what I would say is the best of the movies, but if I had to give an answer, I'm gonna say Smash Mouth for the reason that when I hear Shrek, you hit the note right on the head. I see Shrek slamming the door open from that somebody. I gotta go with that. But man, Fairy Godmother singing is one of the all-time moments of cinema in my mind. I love that movie. You got anything to add on that?
It's been a long time since I've seen Shrek 2. Definitely got to rewatch it.
If you had Peacock or you had it on DVD, plug it in, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put it to my weekly watch list. I'll watch it, but Yeah, I remember loving it, and everything about it is just so good. But yeah.
And how was that Puss in Boots Last Wish?
Oh my god!
Oh man,
Peak Puss in Boots.
I only saw it once, but I need to rewatch it because it's so good.
Death might be the best villain in DreamWorks.
Yeah,
I don't know if he is or not, because I have a lot of best villains, but he's tough.
He's up there. He's up there.
Yeah, he's up there. So yeah, I watched that one last night. A couple of nights ago, I watched Avatar 1. Avatar Blue People. Avatar James Cameron.
right.
I got something about that. So when that first came out, 2009, I was only 12 years old. My brother and my dad and I went to go see it, and I thought it was the most boring movie of all time. Which, 12-year-old, for sure, right?
Yeah.
3 hours of sitting there being like, this is a lot of 3D for me, right? But I have not watched it until I took film class at Weber State, and they're like, you know what? Let's do a report. You do 2 reports of 2 movies. I chose Jurassic Park, iconic. Yeah, probably one of my favorite childhood movies.
Oh yeah.
And I gave Avatar another shot, and I loved it. The cinematography was amazing. Like, I love the story. I am becoming probably the most Avatar fan I've ever been right now, because I love that movie and I love Way of Water. Just great movie. And then I watched Flow on HBO Max. It's about the cat that they won an Oscar for.
Yeah,
animation. I believe it was for animation.
Yes,
I remember.
I think so.
It's just about a cat that we don't know when this happened. I'm assuming it's during the big flood with Noah's Ark.
Okay.
The cat's just roaming around, and then there's just this big flood. And the cat's just trying to survive on a boat, kind of like Noah. And he's just trying to save other animals from drowning. Really great movie, really great animation, really unique film. And then the last one I watched recently was Snow White.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was it?
I gave that a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Not the worst.
1.8 or whatever.
Very mid. However, I think the hi-ho scene when they go into the mines is probably the best scene of that movie.
Yeah, no,
the
I would
CGI
agree.
and the colors they put into the mines was amazing. The songs were great. The script, the acting,
Gal Gadot.
that was not the best.
Had something to desire. Well, and you'll know, I was talking to Melanie Day. She came to it the other day, and I think you would agree with. I agree with her. I think the dilemma with that movie, and I know I'm not the only one saying this, is it wasn't Snow White.
No.
And the funniest thing about that is, don't call it Snow White. Make up some other storyline. I know you then open yourself to people saying, well, that's just a cheap ripoff of Snow White. But to put that out there, that wasn't Snow White. So, which is worth saying that it's just a ripoff, or, wow, you didn't even put the right movie out there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I just... Because... on its own, I thought it was fine. I thought the music, I have to give credit to, I thought Rachel Zegler did a great job. Again, if it wasn't Snow White and she was just this girl that, had this storyline. Yeah, they made a new princess. I thought it would have made so much more sense than trying to put her into that mold.
Yeah. And the public, when she was doing those interviews, did not help the marketing.
Yes.
At all. Yep. So she kind of dug herself a grave right there. So, and like this is when I say I'm kind of like a Disney purist. Do not mess with my classics, please.
Yes.
Disney, please stop messing with my classics.
Except Lilo and Stitch. The live action.
Now here's the thing. I am excited for that. And then here's the thing. I'm always excited for the live action movies.
Hey, but this one we have to have faith because it's good. It looks good. You can't mess up Lilo and Stitch.
No, because if they do, I'm done.
Yeah.
But that's my thing with Disney. Like, I'm like, don't mess with this. They mess with it, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go see it.
Yes.
And then you regret it. And then I regret it, right? But I watched that Lilo and Stitch trailer, and I'm like, once again, I'm excited for a live action movie.
Yeah.
Please do not fail me, Disney. And I don't think they will, because Stitch himself has his own party. Like, he has his own fans. Just Stitch himself.
Yeah.
Disney has so much merchandise.
Especially in the past few years, Stitch has just taken off in popularity.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then you have this big fan base of Lilo and Stitch, and if they mess us up, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, entire
Yeah. So, and that's what's funny that comes out the same day as Mission Impossible.
Oh my gosh! So excited! I just watched the part
Double
one.
feature right there.
Yeah, I just watched the part one a few months ago for my first time because it came out. I was on my mission. And I was blown away. Mission Impossible movies are so good. It wasn't my all-time favorite. I still think Fallout is just a little bit better, but oh my gosh.
I love all those movies.
I would say talk about banger after banger after banger.
Besides the second,
I was gonna say banger. We don't talk about it. Banger.
yeah, the second. Yeah.
We can't talk about that. He did climb that wall in Utah.
True, he did.
That's it. That's all we can talk about.
That's about the only good thing out of that.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's amazing. I think we're about ready to wrap up. Just one last thing is some TV news. Hit us, Mr. Starr.
Trying to think what TV news has come out. Andor season 2 comes out.
Excellent.
Andor was so good.
Invincible season 3 just wrapped up a couple weeks ago. Perfect ending. So good. If you haven't seen Invincible, highly
I have not watched Invincible, but I know everybody has been talking about it. So I know I've got a lot of
we all have homework. We all have homework. I'm trying to think what else TV. I don't really.
Daredevil's going pretty good.
Okay, I haven't been watching Daredevil because I started the first episode and I was super turned off by that horrible CGI fight scene at the beginning between him and Bullseye.
Yeah.
Okay. There was just some horrible CGI and I'm like, this does not feel like Netflix's Daredevil. But I've heard great things about it.
It gets better.
That's what I've heard. That's what
the next episode gets better.
Yeah. But like, I just don't know. I'll have to give it another shot. But I just started watching another TV show. I started Supernatural for my first time.
Okay, I've heard great things about it.
It's good so far. I'm only on like episode 4, but it's pretty good so far.
good.
Yeah, I mean, I barely hit it, but yeah, I'll have to watch it.
Excellent.
Yeah, Daredevil definitely has a lot of mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are very upset. A lot of people are really loving it. Like, just gotta go watch it for yourself.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot that Disney Plus has been putting out. Like X-Men 97 haven't seen.
Oh,
I haven't either, actually.
X-Men 97 is amazing.
That's what I've heard. I've heard episode 5 is like...
That is... If you thought Invincible's peak superhero... Okay, it's in competition with Invincible. I love Invincible. But X-Men 97 episode 5 is probably one of the greatest Marvel moments.
Really?
Okay.
I would probably say top 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch it.
Homework.
If you guys don't believe me, then that's fine. But
Well, gentlemen, I'm looking at the clock and thinking about, man, time flies when you're having fun. But it has been amazing to be with you.
We do have one more thing.
Oh yeah,
reaction to the Tron.
Oh, that's right.
None of us have seen it yet. We've been saving it for tonight. But I am beyond excited. Love Legacy. The story is pretty okay in Legacy, but the cinematography and everything in Legacy is just beautiful and amazing. So here's to hopefully Ares being good. Alrighty.
120 miles per hour. Heading northbound. Unit 12, acknowledging dispatch. Already in pursuit.
Oh my god.
So obviously out of the game into the real world.
I'm looking for something. Something I do not understand.
Oh, the Nine Inch Nails soundtrack already going hard. Oh my gosh!
Ready? Because there's no going back.
That was different. Oh my gosh.
oh my gosh. October 10th.
Holy crap. I think that is...
We just moved the entire table.
Oh my gosh, that is insane.
Oh my.
It seems like everyone's coming into the real world and just like wreaking havoc.
Oh yeah.
And the Tron movies have always been like pretty like kid movies. They're all like PG
Yeah.
and stuff. That does not look like it's gonna.
That's
Dark and gritty, and I think that's why they're going for 9 Inch Nails for the music. Because usually when 9 Inch Nails composes music for like a movie, they go by the name Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. They did the music for like Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, Challengers. What else did they do? Social Network. They do very techno type music, but they're going by the name 9 Inch Nails for this one to show the grittiness of the new movie. And I'm like, the red and everything just makes it look so much more mature and dark. And oh my gosh, the police car getting split in half, and it looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. I am beyond excited.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Like, I'm honestly speechless. Before we watched the trailer, I was kind of like, about it.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple things I'm like, about. Because
I'm not a big Jared Leto fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the past 3 movies have been flops from him. That is something else.
That looks insane.
That looks like 20 times better than Tron Legacy.
Oh,
I love Tron.
And
I only watched it once. I didn't watch it again, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, that looks insane.
Yes.
Wow.
That,
Oh my God.
and so that that missile's going into that.
What are they called?
It's like a sky or something. It's going to something, and they cross over. It gives you that sense that also it's the, it says worlds will collide, kind of like we've seen so many times in movies. We're at the bottom of this totem pole.
Yeah.
So man, that was.
Dude,
oh my God.
Unreal.
Jeff Bridges is back.
He's back.
I love Jeff Bridges. He's in all 3 now.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, he is.
Unreal.
Wow. That's how you end it. Right?
That's how you end a podcast. That is how you end it. That's kind of the goal. We want to be excited, and we hope that we've been authentic for you guys at home. We hope you've enjoyed. Again, we understand maybe it's a little bit longer. That's why, the thing I think we should put out there is don't exactly know how often it's going to happen, but we'll collect everything. We'll get it rolling. We love movies, and it was amazing to be with you guys. Anything to wrap up from you, Mr. Steinberg?
I just want to plug our socials real quick.
Yeah.
We're on YouTube at the Screen Guys Podcast, Instagram, TikTok, same name. Love for you guys to give us a follow so you can stay caught up on when we release episodes. We're going to try, hopefully, bi-weekly to like once a month. We'll see how it goes. We're all pretty busy, so it really depends. But yeah, we hope we're already grateful for your future support, and we hope we can keep doing this.
Anything from you, Mr. Darty?
All I gotta say is, if you're watching this on YouTube, you have seen the introduction of this podcast. Everything that has gone into that is all thanks to Mr. Stiver right here.
We are not worthy. We are not worthy.
He has been doing great with YouTube. He's taking control of YouTube, and he's going to do great. I am very excited to do more of this with you guys in the future. Like you said, we all have very busy lives, and I mean, who doesn't, right? But we'll do as much as we can.
Yeah.
And hope to see you guys next time on episode 2.
The end of episode 1 has come. I'm Connor Benyon.
I'm Sean Stiver.
And I'm Austin Darty.
And we are the Screen Guys.